Can you put a fat guy in a video game? Now hold on, Sony, hold on. I know you guys spent $400 million trying to do that, but listen, DI is important, and it is possible. You got so many cool characters, like Warrior,
Beautiful!
like Gragas,
Have a drink.
like Roadhog.
You
All these are
serious?
fat guys in video games done well. Also me. Haha, just kidding, I'm not in a video game, but I'm probably still fat by my own definition for sure, and by other people's probably as well. Still working on that. However, what I think Sony could have worked on better to make their gameplay more consistent by trying to include, people of all different shapes and sizes and be more inclusive, was to make sure that the gameplay loop for, their new hero shooter game, Concord, was a little bit more consistent. Let me tell you what I mean by that. So what went wrong with Concord's gameplay? Well, I just don't think the character stories kind of matched the game design they had. Now let's take a look at Daw, the character that everyone kind of memes on, Asmongold, other people. But if you look at this guy, right, seems like he's gonna be a tank. He has a rifle, he has a shield. You're like, okay, this guy's gonna be my bruiser. I'm gonna go in, shield, heal some damage or whatever. But actually, he's just mainly a healer. He's in the back. He's supposed to heal people with these protective shield pouches that don't actually block damage or heal. He has a protective dome that kind of expands around him and blocks damage, but doesn't really give him anything. So his gameplay just doesn't really match his appearance. He seems like a tank, looks like a tank, but he doesn't really perform like one, which is fine, but his gameplay doesn't match the design. Now, for example, other fat characters in games. For example, Wario, he's a greedy little money-grubbing fat guy. And, in the games, like Super Smash Bros., you can fart on someone in instantly. Now, that's just a funny mechanic that uses his big bodiness in an advantage for the game design and tells the story of the character very well. The same thing with something like Greg. He plays a lot, he has fun, but then he can belly slam you into a cask of his own beer and one-shot you. That's a crazy cool mechanic as well. Even things like Dave the Diver, we have a lovable fat guy who dives underwater and explores and finds new things. Now, you might say, okay, he doesn't need to be fat. Like, if you want to be athletic, you should be fat. But it's just lovable because you could say, oh, he doesn't get crushed under the weight of the water. The padding gives him some extra insulation. But it's just a lovable guy, and it tells the story of the gameplay very well because of all the cool customization things you can do with Dave and just the funny, enjoyable gameplay that the game had. Now, was character design not matching the gameplay the only problem that Concord had? No. Is blaming the game's fault on DI alone right? No, it's not. Fat guys can be in video games, and with that being said, please put me in one as well. Put me in one.